Hey, and welcome to week 10 of social studies. So, we have been on a nice tour of the globe, of the world, and we've checked out quite a few continents so far. So, this week we're going to be traveling to a continent that we're familiar with. We're going to be looking at North America. So, let's get our globe up here and we can see North America. Right here, North America, that's where we're from. So, here's our United States. We can see it all across here. Up in the pink area, that would be Canada, all in here. And then down here is actually where we are going to visit today. We are going to head to Mexico. So Mexico, I'm sure you've probably heard something about Mexico in the news over the past few years. It does share a border with the United States, and we will show you specifically what states are by Mexico when you get into Monday and Tuesday's Nearpod. But just wanted to go over a few things quickly with you about Mexico. We know a lot about North America. We know we have mountains. We know that the seasons change. And we also know what the weather can be like. Well, in Mexico, it is just a tad bit different. Even though it is our neighbor and it's close to us, see this line right here? That's our equator. Now, remember, the equator is the midline of the globe or the map, and this is where it is the warmest. So we learned about South America and we checked out Brazil. Brazil goes right through the equator. That's why it's so hot. It has tropical climates. Well, in Mexico, right here, it is warm, it is humid, it can be hot, but it's not because it's close to the equator, which it is. But the reason it gets so hot is because what's unique about it is that where the water meets the land, it is flat. There are no mountains like in the other continents that we talked about. So it is very hot, it is very warm. The mountains of Mexico actually start right here in the middle. So because we're in the middle of Mexico, let's get you turned around here so you can see it. That's why it gets so warm because the warm water and the warm breeze, they come into the land and it makes it hot. But as you go up, and the mountains actually go into the United States, it's called the Rocky Mountains. And because they are mountains, because they are higher elevation, it gets a lot colder. So Mexico is a little different than most of the countries that we have learned about. Its mountains are in the middle. Therefore, it gets a lot warmer on the outside of the country and it's a lot colder and on the inside of the country. Something else that we're going to be learning about Mexico is even though it is our neighbor, it was discovered by somebody completely different than the British who discovered the United States. Mexico was discovered by the Spanish. So that should tell you a little bit more about possibly what kind of language we're going to be hearing about, as well as some other things that we'll learn about Mexico. So I hope you enjoy your next leg of the world tour and that you learn something new and interesting about our continent, North America.